Du hadde en liten historie å fortelle meg, og vi skal ta den på engelsk, Bibi. Jeg vet at du både prater norsk-engelsk forskjellig, men av og til er det godt å fortelle en historie på engelsk, for det er liksom det du snakker med hele verden om.
Ja,
But we are going to change to English, but you're making one of the world's most famous wines, and you're making a legacy, of my opinion, to what you bring into wine world in the next 20 years. It started. It's a kind of a revolution going on. I've been tasting with Zakaya winemakers, and they are saying, that guy. I've been inside with your wines, inside with the tasters, and they're saying, we know that guy, and we all know. But we also have a little story about the Norwegian ferry who is bringing you to the island where you have your holidays, where you have your sailboat when you have the time, that you're doing, what should I say, a crazy project. Vineyard was made by people who have been deserted to the island, rebuild it, and then everything is forgotten. And then a crazy guy saying, here, I want to make wine. It takes you 16 years to get the quality you wanted. That means that that's the matter. That's crazy. That's really here. Please tell me. And for listeners, this episode is made in a timeline. So Bibi Graetz phone will say beep, 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 beep. Then we stop because we are going to the dinner and everyone is waiting for us. So this is a short, maybe 20 minutes visit. But please tell me, what is this project?
Well, the island of Giglio is it's an amazing place. So it's a place that has it's right in front of Toscana. It takes 1 hour with a ferry boat. As you said, we have an old Norwegian ferry boat that is bringing us to the island. And
one hotel. 1, 2 hotels.
Yes, there are 2, 3 hotels, but small. There is not so much hospitality. Actually, on the harbor, there are 2 hotels, and then there are another 2 hotels.
Yeah.
But the place, it's an amazing place. It's like this, it's like a pearl, no? It's a beautiful, beautiful spot in the Mediterranean. And it's not too big, not too small. There is enough to become a real micro world, no? And but it's a mountain in the sea. It goes up to 500 meters, and the slopes are really steep. It goes down like that, and we have vineyards that are going from zero in the water, like 5-10 meters from the water, going up to 200 meters or even higher, up to 400 meters. Some of them, but it's very, very steep. I mean, it's all done by hand. We're replanting vineyards, and we are rediscovering all hundreds of years of years old.
Stop a little bit. I've been there. Yeah. They're not replanting vineyards. You have to, first of all, find the vineyards because they are forgotten for many, many years. And then you have to dig to find out where the terrace is because they're built by humans. It's like Holmenkoll, but sometimes sharper. It's not, it's up and downs in between rocks and so on, small and big, and never have to be fixed. And then you have to replant or find. So this thing, I asked you, I don't know if you remember, Bibi, but how many hours do it take to make 1 hectare of vineyard if you find a new one today?
Well, listen, they depend very much of the condition of the grounds you find, no? Because sometimes you actually clean all the bushes and you find healthy walls. No? And in that case there, I mean, in terms of costs, at the end of the day, it's more. It costs maybe it can cost 10 times more, or 7 times more.
Yeah, it's on a normal situation because this is not tractor. This is not just steep. It's all in fashion. Yeah, it's all by hand. Yeah,
by hand. But what is really costing a lot is the running of the vineyards. So, because everything is done by hand now. So we count 1,000 hours per hectare, which normally it's something that is I mean, a cost of running a hectare in a, let's say, basic agriculture.
Yeah.
Basic agriculture with tractors, non-organic, you're running between 1,000 and 2,000 euros per hectare on basic. We talk 20,000 euros.
Yes, that's the goal. Yeah, just to mention that. But what did you find?
They're running on the vineyards. So it's like 10 times more basic work, But it's so it's a lot of work and it's a lot of passion.
But you have a little shelf. It's steep. I have a little bit. I'm not a little bit afraid for heights, so it was difficult for me to use the walk there. Luckily enough, I have the drone, so I took all the pictures from the above. But of course, this is not sangrias country. This is not red wine country. It's more or less white wine country. And you start making wine, but you are not happy. But you told me because did you see early that this could be something?
Well, when I came there, when I decided to make wine, I immediately went to the island because I had the feeling I wanted to do something near to the sea that would bring me to the sea. And I was having these heritages in my mind from the childhood in the island. So I went to see there and I felt the power of this land. Now, and I say, there must be something powerful and amazing coming from me, And it took me, as you said, it took me 16 years before really managed to.
But you're not the only one who have discovered the island now, because now more people are coming in. It's a kind of a hype, but you started when it.
Yeah.
You have to say hello to the ferry.
I am also trying to bring more winemakers.
Yes.
To be on people the island, and so at a certain point, we decided, okay, it was like, I was doubting because after 10 years of doing wine, there are good wines, good story, but people were 20 years, but they're too expensive.
Yeah.
Come on. You cannot do a project if you're taking it too expensive.
Describe, is it possible for listeners and viewers for you to explain which kind of wine it is compared to other wines that you're just pointing, okay, it's a Chablis, it's a Riesling, but just compare in between or whatever it is. What could they expect when they're buying this wine?
Well, it's not overworked. The thing is that when you taste the wines from the island, it's really hard to spot them somewhere. No, it's like I was tasting in this huge tasting, Robert Parker tastings, where you have 150 wineries from all over the world, and people were coming back and telling me, these two are the best wines of the fair.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's something special.
It's something unique. Yeah. And they have this, granite, and you have the plants that are stuck into the granite, in the cracks of the granite. And this gives such an incredible minerality to the wines. And you have this amazing vibrancy, and you have this lash because you have also the fatness of the sun, which gives you all this amazing viscosity. Yeah. And
so it's not a diet wine. It's more structured. It's
more
saltiness, minerality.
You have all the saltiness. You have the feeling of the sea because the sea is all there. Very strong feeling of the sea, and it's a really amazing wine. I'd say but it's hard to spot them. I mean, the only thing, but it's not Burgundy, it's not a Chablis, it's not something like that. If you go in some other islands in the Mediterranean, you can find some
sporting, yeah.
Now you can, okay, now I get.
But you have made now, if you see the historical, they have made wine of different reasons in the island, probably. Yeah, they have to use the land as it was, and they have people to build it, and then they did, they have something to do, of course. It was no commercial thoughts like today, more not commercial thoughts, but you have made the terroir back again, because this is, if new or listeners are listening to this is a great thing to discover a terroir wines made by today, not by told but story, because this is Chablis, but today. This is something who's coming up and will be spoken about. And I tasted wines for some years, and then I revisited the island, and then I retasted it sometime. And there are big changes coming up, and the prices are good compared to quality. And when you're saying you use so much time, but still, are there any influence of that you're working together to bring that island more famous or standing out as something special? Or
that's why I'm bringing other winemakers on the island, trying to bring other winemakers on there, which are of kind of my legacy of winemakers that has now something to say and something to do, and I think it's going to be a very interesting future from there. Huh?
Do you have built your own winery, or
we are doing it?
Okay. How is the sailboat? Do you have time?
Well, actually, right in these days, we are planning for the summer.
Around the island all the way, because that's good. Yeah, but as we told the viewers that this one is a pop-up, and it's not a pop-up. That's the wrong word. The right word is that look for this wine, taste it, and have an open mind, and you will be amazed that wow, you found the terroir. But in the beginning, it was just a hillside who was forgotten in an island outside Tuscany. It was, and it's Brazil. And in these words, I want to say thank you again, Bibi, because you're a crazy guy. And I'm looking forward to your new project, if you have the effort to it. But concern Testamatta and Colora, fantastic wine. Try the wines from the island, and it's just saying, okay, you will discover that Tuscany have much more than sheep, sangrias, and so on. They have history, yes, but they also have a big, good future.
Yeah,
they have, and people have to not forget that. So my advice is keep away from the big players. Go on with the new players, and stay focused on wine quality. And with that word, I think it's good to say thank you for this time.
That's what we are into.
Yeah.
Just focus on the wine.
Wine. People, it's easy to forget.
Yeah.
Small, short episode, special. And thank you again. And I'm looking forward to see you in Tuscany, or maybe in the fjords of Norway. We don't know, because you are everywhere. Thank you again, Bibi. Nice to be here. Thank you.